one of the best made rifles that you can find. And I've noticed a few on the used gun racks lately. Steyr Daimler Puch AGE Steyr Mannlicher Model S. For most people on our side of the ocean, it's just a Steyr Mannlicher Model S. I've owned these before. I think we made a video on especially the small action. And you may remember the small action was modified by Hollywood for the Blade Runner movies. Rear locking lugs, which you can see here. Sort of a modest butter knife bolt handle. I like everything about these rifles. Very elegant looking. You can see the external radial hammer forging marks on the barrel. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but it sure looks good. I've always liked the rotary magazine. Very simple to work with. 4 rounds. So you could put one in the chamber and have 5. And the main reason actually for the video is I didn't know that this rifle was available in 300 Holland and Holland. And Magnum. Most of you know the 300 Win Mag and all of the other 308 Norma mags, so on. And I guess now there's a 30 Norma mag, which I should look at. But I still like the 300 Holland and Holland. It's just an excellent classic cartridge. So when this one showed up, I bought it immediately. Stock may be refinished, but that's fine. And the action is slick. It has double set triggers. And I just test fired it. And nobody monkeyed around with the triggers. So it's got everything you'd be looking for. And the iron sights are excellent. They're spot on. And somebody put Weaver bases, which is fine. I like the simplicity of the Weaver system. So we'll load it up, and we set up a steel plate out there, somewhere around 100 yards, and just see how it does. And I think you'll see the power, but you probably know the 300 Holland is no slouch in the power department. It's not the most powerful. But then I noticed they're coming out with new cartridges that actually have less velocity and different ballistic coefficients and things like that. Anyway, we'll take a few shots and see how it goes. Well, it's right on if I do my part. The first couple of shots were high, so I adjusted for that. And we're just shooting one of those A500 or something steel plates. And yeah, I mean, it's fantastic impact. You can see there's some recoil, but truly it's not that bad to shoot. I'd say it's one of the most comfortable of the 30 Magnums. Anyhow, maybe we'll take a few more shots. Just in case you haven't seen this kind of magazine before, so yeah, 300 Holland and Holland, it's a big round, and you start the loading here and then feed the round back. And the Holland and Holland case is very easy to work with because it's so long and tapered, which was the original objective, and it's nice. You can see the rounds in the window at the back. And there's some kind of picture of a red deer. To us, that would be something like an elk. Anyway, worth noting, and one of the best magazine systems actually devised. They just about, well, I've owned many of them and they never jam. I've never had a feeding problem with this system. And no wonder Ruger uses the same system for the 1022. All right, we'll take a few more shots. Oh. It fell down. It's good. That worked very well. It's hard not to admire a rifle that's so well made, so easy to shoot, and the set trigger on this one is just a dream. I think it's like 2 pounds of pressure, or you can have 4 on the main trigger. Anyway, very, very good. Thanks so much for watching. Over the years, I mentioned this rifle and cartridge to a few people, and some people believed me, but some people didn't. So I finally got a hold of it, and you probably know the Savage Model 340. Most of you might have maybe owned or seen someone who owned a 30-30 or maybe a 222. I think they also made them in 22 Hornet. They're all excellent rifles and still a bargain on the used gun market. They also made it in 225 Winchester, which is not a round you hear of very often. But after Winchester discontinued the 220 Swift, they thought they should have a varmint round, and so they made the 225, which you can see has a rim, and it's not so easy finding the ammo, but I did, and it's a 55 grain bullet. It's about the same as a 22-250. Just actually a marvelous round, and in the 340V, quite accurate. This is a very simple rifle, and that was the objective of Savage, to make a simple, excellent, affordable rifle. And I think they accomplished everything they set out to accomplish. Typical magazine. There's nothing elegant, I wouldn't say elegant. You know, the bottom metal is screwed into the wood essentially. It's proud of this walnut stock, but altogether it looks well. And anyway, does it really matter that much how elegant a rifle is? This shoots extremely well. And the 225 Winchester, it's too bad it didn't do well, but you know, along came the 22-250 and then all kinds of other 22 cartridges. And the rim, of course, is a disadvantage. But the 340, because it was made to handle the 30-30, and this is just a neck down 30-30, so it had no trouble digesting the 225 Winchester. We'll take a couple of shots with it. It has iron sights, just the way I like rifles. You could easily put a scope on this, although this one is set up for a side mount. Maybe somebody put a Weaver side mount here at some point. Anyway, we'll take some shots and see how it shoots. Okay, so we had some success with the 340V 225 Winchester, and what can I say? You know, it's obviously not superior to a 22-250 or even a 220 Swift, but you know, if you're on the ragged edge of gun collecting, it's kind of interesting owning something that was made for such a short period of time. And actually, on the used market, these command quite high prices. People like them, I think, because they are different and hard to find. And the ammo, you know, this is, like I said, not that easy to find. But once you have the brass, you know what to do. So yeah, it's good. It's an excellent rifle, quite accurate. I should put a scope on it. Naturally, we were just kind of rough shooting. But you can tell when a rifle is varmint type accurate, and I think this one is. As usual, thanks for watching. I hope you found it interesting, And just my closing comment, if you do come across a 340 and 30-30, 222 or 22 Hornet, these are excellent to buy and own. I like everything about them. The simplicity of the action again is quite an attractive feature, and there's nothing else that's like them. All right, thanks again. We'll see you on the next video.